We just got off a great unit in science, didn't we? We had a lot of fun being engineers, and I saw some awesome marshmallow launchers. It was so great to learn the design process. We're going to switch gears a little bit, and we are going to study social studies. Social studies is the study of our world, our geography of our world, the history of our world, our culture of our world. And in first grade, we do a few weeks of science, and then we switch gears and we do a few weeks of social studies, and we go back to science and back to social studies. We go back and forth every few weeks. And so our unit this week and next week is studying the globe and our world and what's on the globe and the different parts of it. So I want to ask you some questions. I want to know what you already know about our world and about the globe. Now, we will not get to answer all these questions today, but by the end of the unit, I hope that you learned so much about our world. So here's one question for you. Do you know what they call the large bodies of water that are on our globe or that are in our world? Do you know what those large bodies of water are called? All right. And do you know how many there are of them in our world? Okay. How about this question? There are large masses of land. There's like big land masses, they're called. And you can see them if you look on the globe. You can see them if you look on a map. A map is just a globe, but flatter. Okay. And do you know how many there are in our world? How many big mass of lands there are? Do you know what they're called? And do you know which one you live on? Those are some things we're going to discover while we study our world. I'm not going to answer everything today, and some of them you might get an answer to today if you didn't already know them. So in a bit, we're going to watch a video. It'll answer some of our questions. It'll get our brain excited and learning about our world. We know God made a beautiful world for us to live in. He made it perfect. We know that sin entered the world, and because of sin, it no longer was perfect, but it is still beautiful. And He still gave us so many things to enjoy in our world. And it is so important to learn about. So today, our goal is to learn what the large bodies of water are called and what the large bodies of land are called. That's what we're going to learn today in our video, and then we'll come back and learn a little bit more about this. Now, you do not have, sorry, the sun is kind of setting here, so I'm going to kind of get in here so you can see me. You do not have your Heritage Studies book yet. It is going to be delivered to my classroom soon, and when it's delivered, I will email mom and dad and have them pick that up for you so that you'll actually have a book to go along with us. So that'll be coming soon. But in the meantime, we'll work on it together in the videos, okay? So today our goal is to learn the large bodies of water and the large mass of lands are called. So let's watch our video.
Do you have one of these? Maybe at home or at school. It's a globe, a model of the whole Earth, small enough to fit right on your desk. Think of it as a map that's in the shape of a ball. By getting to know your globe, you can get to know all of the land masses and bodies of water that cover our planet and what their names are. So let's take a pretend trip around the world. All of the blue on the globe, that's where there's water. And all the other colored parts, that's land. As you can see, Earth is mostly covered in water, with large land masses here and there. In fact, there are 7 different land masses on the Earth, and these chunks of land are called continents. This piece here is called North America. It's one of the 7 continents. The one below it is another continent called South America. On this side of the globe, we have some other continents. This chunk here is Africa, and up here is Europe. And next to it is Asia, our largest continent. Down here by itself is Australia, our smallest continent. And at the very bottom of the globe, and at the bottom of our planet, is the 7th continent, Antarctica.
Right,
most of our 7 continents are
word?
divided into
Did you
smaller
hear
pieces
what
of land
those
called
big massive lands are called? Continents, that's right. So there are 7 continents in our world. And so that's one of the main things we're going to be studying this week. Now, she's going to talk how the continents are broken up into different countries. You can go ahead and listen to that now.
Countries. That's what all these different colors are within the bigger chunks of land. Like in North America, but Australia and Antarctica are continents that aren't broken up into smaller countries. The other 5 continents have almost 200 countries on them. That's a lot of land. But what's all the water on the globe? If you think there's a lot of land on Earth, just wait until you hear this. More than half of our world is covered in water. Oh, hi, Webb, and hi, Bill. What are you guys up to?
Well, Jesse, we heard you were going to be talking about water, and who better to help you than a couple of ducks who, I don't know, live in it.
Good point.
And actually, more than 70% of the world is covered in water.
You're right. Isn't that cool?
Some of it's fresh water, like what you find in lakes and rivers, where we hang out.
And by far, most of it's salt water, like what fills the oceans. And our planet is covered in 5 main, very big oceans.
Exactly. And can you name the 5 oceans?
Of course we can.
All right, let's see if we can hear about them.
There's the Pacific Ocean, over there between Asia and the Americas. It's the largest ocean in the world. It covers almost 30% of the planet.
It's so big, all 7 continents could fit over it, with room to spare.
Whoa!
But that's not all. On the other side of the Americas is the Atlantic Ocean, the planet's 2nd largest ocean.
The next biggest ocean is the Indian Ocean, below Asia and in between Africa and Australia.
You're right. And another major ocean is up here at the top of the world, where there's no land, just water. This is the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean doesn't look much like the others in real life. That's because most of the time, it's covered in ice.
Brr.
And there's just one more ocean we should mention.
I know, the Southern Ocean.
That's right. The Southern Ocean is the name for the waters that surround all of Antarctica at the southern end of the Earth.
I'm just gonna come out and say that that's too cold for me.
Me too. We're not penguins. Now we know our globe, or at least the basics of it. The fact is, there are thousands of cities and lakes and rivers on the globe that we didn't talk about. And all of this different stuff is what makes our Earth so different and interesting as you travel from one place to the next. So, do you know what part of the globe you live on? Are you in Australia or Europe? Or here in North America like us? Let us know. And if you have a question for any of us
about our amazing world's weather or animals
or plants or anything else,
leave a comment below or send us an email at kids@thescishow.com. We'll see you next time.
I so enjoyed them, but I also learned so much through them. And she asked a very important question. She said, do you know what continent you live on? Also, we live near an ocean. Do you know what ocean we live near? So those are some things that we're going to be studying these next few weeks in social studies. So I want you to make sure you pay close attention, and we'll get back and answer some more of those questions coming up in the next day or 2. All right, first grade, so I hope you enjoyed a quick intro to our globe, and I'll see you tomorrow in social studies.